I was watching your other episode where you guys are like martial arts is a sport and it's an art form, and that's why I would put sign spinning in that same category. Or it's a sport. You definitely have to be in shape, and you have to practice really hard, and you have to tone your skills. But also in art, you have to do the same thing. Like when you shape and mold something, you have to you have to take your time and create and mold and shape and fix and make sure it correlates with your idea of whatever that is that you're making. It's the same thing with sign spinning. There's no rule book in advertising flipping this sign. Like there's people that have laid down like forms of ways that you can do it. Oh, I see Matt does it like this, so I'm gonna do it like that. But there is no rule book that says you have to spin this sign this way. And that's the coolest thing about sign spinning and art is there's no. I could put one of my hats on the wall with a banana and say it's an art, it's a picture, and then for me it is. For you, it might not be, but that's not for you to decide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Art is in the eye of the beholder, so that's why I think that sign spinning and art correlate. But sports too. With sports, with us sign spinning, man, like we're always competing to be the best. Like if you're not waking up trying to be better than yesterday, then what you waking up for? How I feel.
Yeah. If you're not advancing, you're falling behind.
Exactly.
What's your creative process like? Do you see something and then uh draw inspiration from it and like modify it to make it your own, or is your creative process like um finding a happy mistake, so to say?
Yeah, I think mine is more like I want to try to be outside the box, like unorthodox, like with like the for the longest time, like Jared be like, no, when like my first comp, I'll never forget this. When my first comp, he told us, whatever you do, Shamon, do not twerk. Do not twerk. We do not want you to be known as the twerking slide spinner, right? So he had me all nervous, like I'm not gonna twerk, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it. And then I went my first round, and like if you notice my first round, like I did it, but I didn't really do it. Like I just shook my butt a little bit, but I was like, but then I seen everybody, and I'm like, dude, there's no way I'm even getting past this first round. So I at least need to go out with a bang. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know that like that thing for me, it works. So I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. I don't care what Cherry says. And like me doing that, like it just changed the game. So
Yeah, dude, that's another skill set that's overlooked. Not a lot of people dance, and sometimes I feel like that's a huge thing to be sleeping on, because if dancing is art in motion, I mean, how is what we're doing any different? It's art in motion, and I think that's one of my favorite things about Yumi's art installation with the sentences regarding conceptual art.
yeah.
It was just, oh man, like I'm jealous that I didn't put that together myself. You know what I mean? Because it just makes sense. It just seems obvious now.
Definitely. That was a fun experience too, man. Going and getting to spin during that thing, and this it being in the museum and talk. I got to talk about Elijah and Matt, and it was awesome. Those people there at UNLV were so gracious and hospitable, and I just wanted to thank those guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank Yumi for that concept. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
about to kill it, man.
Yeah. Shout out Yumi and University of Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, UNLV all day.
That's tight.